Hi, I think I'm live now. Well, welcome to Club Fed True Stories. Think I'm live. Still learning this thing. Started streaming less than a minute ago. So, guys, I'm still learning how to use this Zoom software onto the YouTube live streaming, and I don't know how to send out notifications. I set a schedule up for a meeting, and I put 5 o'clock, and I don't know if it's working. Anyways, I'll learn all this stuff. I am here to tell you about some news I got about the federal prison camp. So let me show you here on this website here. Not sure what this screen sees. Okay. So I'm going to show you. Let's see here. Let me get out of here. Okay. All right. Let me go to my share screen. And I'm going to show you the BOP website. I talked to the prison today. I actually called up the prison and I asked for Dr. Coulter Rodriguez. She is the RDAP coordinator at Florence Federal Prison Camp. She runs the RDAP program. She is the boss. She's the one who decides whether you get into RDAP or not, no matter what the judge says. It is ultimately up to her. So, let me show you the Bureau of Prisons website. Okay, that's working so far. This is a great website, guys. If you're facing prison time and you want to know everything about the Federal Bureau of Prisons, I mean, it's here. I'm going to do a bunch of videos going over this. I did one today about RDAP. Since I found out RDAP is open. So that's the first thing I asked her. I checked in, but she remembered me. I got out of there a year and a half ago, and I had to do the halfway house for 6 months. And then I've been on regular federal probation for a year, but it's been a year and a half. I got out of there July 30th of 19 was my last day in prison. And then I went to the halfway house, and she remembered me. And we had a nice little talk. We talked for about 20 minutes. I asked her a whole bunch of questions about what's going on at the camp, with the quarantine. So I got news for you guys today. And this is only what's going on at Florence Camp. She told me it's similar at other places. So let's see. Here's the list of locations. And this is a map of all the federal prisons. As you can see on this map, there's Montana has none, Idaho has none, Wyoming has none, Oregon has one, Washington has one, California has a few. Now, none of the camps in California have RDAP. And if you guys don't know what RDAP is, it's a residential drug abuse program. Just did a video on that, but that program gives you a year off your sentence and another 6 months going home early to a halfway house. You got to have 37 months or more to get the year off. If you have 2 years, so they give 6 months off, 9 months off, and a year off. If you have a sentence between 24 months and 30 months, you can get 6 months off. If you have it between 31 months and 36 months, you get 9 months off. And if you've been sentenced to 37 months or more, you get a year off. So RDAP opened back up on the first Monday of this month. They've been open about 2 weeks now. And they are doing a modified program. So what they're doing is double meetings. RDAP used to be 3 hours a day for 9 months. So now if you're not in a hurry, it's taking you a year. And I say if you're not in a hurry, because some people got to get, they only got a year to do prison time. And if they came in, so RDAP's working with people. Let me just put it this way. If you've got to get in and out of the prison within 9 months and in order to finish RDAP and get your 6 months off and get 6 months halfway house and do it all within plus your good time. It's kind of complicated, but RDAP's working with people. So some people are doing double program. Mainly they're doing 2 workshops a day. They're doing 2 counseling groups a day. They're doing double the work to get it done twice as fast, if that makes sense. Other inmates that, say they got a 3-year sentence and they got plenty of time to do the RDAP, it's going to take them a year. And the staff is kind of, one staff member's they're doing double shifts. They're doing double meetings, extra meetings for people that need to get out in a hurry. They're working with people, but they're open. Like I said in the video today, they don't have the big community meeting with 100 people every morning. That's just done in little groups. You can watch my earlier video. Subscribe, like, hit this channel. Let me see if I'm getting any questions. I can't even tell if anybody's on here. Oh, look, here we go. Hey, Sean. What good, buddy? Hey, mate, I guess the live chat's working. Hey, Sean, what good, buddy? Okay. Alrighty. Guys, man, I don't know how to work. Look, I want to tell you something, okay? I owe the government $1.7 million, right? That I ripped them off. I did false tax returns. People got their returns money. I didn't keep all the money. I didn't keep the $1.7 million. I got that. That's the damages I caused in tax returns for people. And I did it all on a computer. And I was Mr. Computer back then. And now I can't work this thing for shit. Yeah, I was on a lot of meth, crystal meth, staying up for a week, tweaking on the computer, and figured out how to steal all this money from the government. And now I can't even figure out how to do this YouTube thing. Man, I got on my screen, I don't know what you guys see. I see a picture of me within a picture of me within a picture of me within a picture of me. Any camps in the Midwest. So let's go back to any camps in the Midwest. Let's see here. Midwest being like Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri. So South Dakota has one. Nothing in Nebraska. Nothing in Wyoming. Kansas City. Let's see. Let's scroll into that. I don't know if that's Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas. Looks like it's right on the border. So there's one in USP Leavenworth. Well, we don't want to go to Leavenworth, guys. And you don't want to go to the USP and you don't want to go to Leavenworth. Let's get rid of that one. Let's see what Kansas City has. You know what? This is not a camp, even though it's a facility. I'll click on it. And this building here, North Central Regional Office, it's an administrative office, okay? And this is where all your bigwigs work, but it's not a camp. So I guess there's no camps in Kansas except for Leavenworth. That's where Leavenworth is. Oklahoma City. Well, I know Oklahoma City's the big hub. That's where if you don't have to self-surrender and if you don't self-surrender, you go to the marshals or you're already in a county jail or something, then they're going to shackle you. They're going to put you on Con Air, and you're going to take buses and Con Air, and you're going to go to this Oklahoma City place, and it's a nightmare. Let's see what it says about here. FTC, Oklahoma City. An Administrative Security Federal Transfer Center. That's what the T stands for, Transfer Center. It looks nice here with the green grass and this fence here, but don't be fooled, guys. Do not be fooled. That's just probably one of the main offices there. Let me see if I got any more questions. Wisconsin. Any camps? Okay, let's go to Wisconsin. And that's Dustin. Hey, Dustin. All right, let's check Wisconsin. Wisconsin looks like there is one. What town is this? So, Adams, Green Lakes, Wisconsin Dells. I can't tell what the town is, so let's click on the button here. Oxford. FCI Oxford. And that one might have a camp. Let's see. Yeah, it's a medium security federal correctional institution with an adjacent minimum security satellite camp. So you guys might hear the name minimum, you might hear low security, you might hear camp, you might hear satellite camp. Here it's minimum security satellite camp. They're all kind of the same thing. Not the word low. The low is above a camp. A low will have a fence. But a minimum security is a camp. A satellite camp is a camp. And a camp is a camp. That makes sense. This place has 916 total inmates. Okay. So they're counting, and there's 87 inmates at the camp. And there's 829 at the FCI. So that's a little camp. 87 inmates. So, so when they count it all together, so the camp is adjacent to the minimum, to the medium. So what happens is when a medium goes on lockdown, everybody gets down on the floor because somebody shanked somebody, and it happens all the time. They have these prison fights, and everybody gets locked down and they're locked in their cells. And in a medium, they have cells, and these guys don't come out of their cells for months. And the inmates at the medium who normally work in the kitchen and make the breakfast and the lunch and the dinner, they don't even get out to do their jobs. Guess who comes to do their cooking? Campers. They get the campers to come over and do lockdown, and we work 12, 14-hour days. It starts out where it's bag lunches of bologna. They're going to take like 50 of us campers for a morning shift, another 50 for an evening shift or weekend shifts, and it's hell, man. That's what I hated was when the penitentiary or the medium, when they have a fight, when they stab a guard, when they stab each other, when they do whatever they do to get on lockdown, they take it out on the campers. And we got to go over month after month until they've decided that they're going to let those guys out of their cell. And we make bologna sandwiches, thousands and thousands and thousands of bags of bologna sandwiches. And that's all they get for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for about a month. Then after that, they start giving them the breakfast, which is only going to be cereal or oatmeal. And then they give them the hot dinners. And they always get the bologna sandwich for lunch. And that takes another month. And then they finally take the lockdown off, and they'll let those guys go back to work, and the campers can go back to camp, and we don't have to work for them anymore. And then maybe a week goes by, and they stab somebody else, and there's another lockdown, and it starts all over, and it's hell. Let me see if I got any more questions. Do they keep near home? Do they try to keep near home? Oh, so Justin, well, here's the deal. Yeah, they try to keep you near your home if you want to be near your home. So I was in California, which doesn't have RDAP available for a camp. So, and I didn't care where I went, man. Really, my family wasn't going to come visit me. My family's all old, and I don't have much of them left. And it's my aunts and my cousins. And anyway, so I'm over here in San Francisco area, and there's no camps in California that have RDAP. And there's a couple camps that don't have RDAP. There is one camp for women that has RDAP, and that's in Dublin. So I went over here all the way to Florence, Colorado. Let me click on where I was at. So this is the place that has the Supermax. It has the USP, and it has a medium, and it has a camp. And this is what the medium looks like. So here it says there's 286 inmates at the camp, and our camp held 500 people. We always had at least 50 empty beds, if not 100 empty beds. But now with the quarantine, it's 286 inmates when normally there's 500. So it's almost half. And the other one, 909 at the FCI. Now that holds 1,500 to 2,000. So these camps, these prisons are half full right now. I mean, some people are getting home and they're going early on the home confinement and all that. Let me see if I got any more questions here. So let me tell you guys the news about the quarantine and all this that I found out from Dr. Coulter Rodriguez, who runs the RDAP. So I asked her if everybody's on lockdown, and she said no. Some are and some aren't. So what they're doing is they have two types of inmate: a quarantine inmate and a non-quarantined inmate. Let's see if it says something here. So, yeah, it does hear about the COVID-19. It says they have modified their operations and like social visiting. All visiting's closed right now. Florence is going to open up their visiting. She said in the middle of February, middle of next month, they're going to let 20 people visit at a time. Now, this room normally holds like 100 people, 100 visitors, besides the inmates that are there. So they're going to let 20 people visit you for like 2 hours. After 2 hours, those 20 people got to leave, and the next 20 people come in and visit the next inmates. If there's nobody waiting, then they can stay longer, and that's how they're going to do it, and they're going to try it out like that. So here they says modified operations. The commissary's modified. I know they're not letting them buy everything. Laundry's modified. So we used to be able to do our laundry. Oh gosh, you could do it 3 times a week. And I guess they're modifying it here. It's probably lucky to get it done once a month. Showers 3 times each week. See, this has got to be for the medium in the penitentiary and all that, because the showers are right there in this range. So, like you see, I'm here in this range, and right behind me down here, where my hand is showing, the bathrooms are at the end of the hall, and the showers are right there. There's 4 showers, 4 toilets, stalls, and they have doors, and the showers have doors, and there's 4 urinals, and there's 8 sinks, 4 sinks on each side, and the bathrooms kind of got 2 rooms, one for showers and sinks, another one with toilets and sinks. And so I don't see how they could stop you from taking a shower. I just don't see how. So let me go back to share the screen. Let me see. Let me check here. Let's see if I have any more questions. Dustin, thanks for these questions, Dustin. I know I only got a couple people watching, but I do appreciate this. So, can you pick, or do they just tell you where to go? You could pick, Dustin. You can pick where you want to go. Well, you request where you want to go. I requested Florence in Colorado because they had RDAP there, and they said yes. I knew guys that wanted to. So Colorado. I mean, we had people from every state there. Alaska, New York, Virginia. A lot of people from Texas go there. Sometimes you can pick where you want to go, but if you have a co-defendant that's already at that camp or that low, they won't let you go there because you can't be with the co-defendant. That's one thing that would stop you. If you're in a gang, if you're a Norteño, see, we had Serranos. We had Serranos at Florence, but these are the non-violent ones. But there was a few of them, but they wouldn't let Norteños in there because they don't like each other. It's kind of like red ants and black ants. If you put them together, they fight each other, and it's, but they're still ants. I don't know. We didn't really have any gangs in Florence, and any of these gang members that were there kept real low profile because they're going home and they're out of camp, and they didn't want to fight, and there wasn't many of them. But that could stop you. Let me see if there's any more questions. Jeff Jones, not a question. Just wanted to say great videos. Hey, thanks, Jeff. I'm still learning how to navigate all this live video, so bear with me. I don't even know what it's going to look like on the screen. I don't know if what I'm showing you is showing you. I got to learn. I'm watching all these YouTube videos on how to edit YouTube videos. And man, I'm behind the times. Let's see. Lockjaw Jr. Oh, yeah, I know you. We've talked. Are there any other programs that violent inmates can take to get time off? Yes, there are a lot. There's welding classes. There's a solar panel class. There's a dog training program. Let me think. There's a lot more. Any kind of there's an auto shop class. There was a culinary school that I went to. There's a furniture building one. It depends which location you go to, which one has programs. So if you go to the BOP website, Each you got to go check each one, and it's going to tell you where the programs are. Let's see here. You got to go to this BOP website, locations, careers. It's on here somewhere. How do you find out about our facilities? Maybe this is it. No, that's there. Inmates. It's on here somewhere. I'll find out how. Search for facility, current openings. It's on the BOP website. I don't want to spend everybody's time looking for it, but there's a part that tells you what programs and everything they have there. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. So all those classes I mentioned, like welding, auto shop, solar panel, I know those are 3. Like the welding takes a year, and for that year, with that new Step 1 Act, so for every 30 days of program, you get 10 days credit, and you take that 10 days and you cash it in for halfway house time, or you cash it in for home confinement time. The welding class is like a year, so that's going to give you 4 months credits for halfway house or home confinement time. So if you do the welding for a year, you can get out of there 4 months early and trade that in to go to the halfway house or home confinement. To get to home confinement, though, it's not that easy. You got to be approved by probation. You got to be approved by the BOP. You got to have a landline put in, and you're going to have to wear an ankle bracelet. They're going to check the house first, see who lives there, make sure there's no alcohol, nobody else that's a felon lives there. It's all got to be pre-approved. Let's see. I got some more questions. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Good news to hear. Thanks, bud. Dustin, so if you take classes, you get time off. Yes, you get time off. Now, that Step 1 Act is new. This is something that started about 2 years ago. That thing that Trump signed. He did a couple good things because I got out a little early because of him, too. I don't know what Biden's going to do. Hopefully, he'll have some new plans, too. But that Step 1 Act now allows you to go home early with these programs. There's a dog training program at Florence, so they train service dogs, and you actually live with the dog. So, like you'll be in the range that I'm at, and one bed will be for the dog, and one bed will be for you, and you live with that dog, and every 6 months you get a new dog, and they train these dogs for everything from, well, service dogs, you know, for not just for blind people and handicapped people, but people with diabetes and people with different, you guys know what a service dog is, right? So they train these service dogs. They even take these guys to the local Safeway down in. They used to go to Colorado Springs or Pueblo, Colorado, and they'd get on a bus, and there'd be 20 guys, inmates with dogs, in their inmate outfits, and the dog trainer people would take them with them, and no, there was no guards, just the teachers of the dog program. And then once a week, they'd go to town, and they'd walk through the town with the dogs and go to Safeway and different stores so the dogs get used to people. And that program, you got to have 5 years or more to be in the program. So a lot of guys at camp get 10-year sentences. So if you had a 5-year sentence, you could get in the dog program, and so that's a lot of credit. You get a third off. So what's that about? I don't know, a year and a half, you get to go home early. So that's another good program. Let me see what else I got here. See if there's any more questions. Oh, wow. Well, I appreciate this, guys. I'm still learning how to do this. I'm going to probably cut this short. 8 people watching. I didn't expect even that. I'm really just testing this out. But, you guys, I've talked to some of you guys. Oh, here we go. Some more questions. Sam and Mercedes Rocco. I was in jail with him in Denver. With who? With me? In Denver? With who? Wow. Wait. Let me back up. Sam and Mercedes Rocco. First they said hi. And then Jeff Jones says, I spent 75 days in jail for a crime I didn't commit. Oh, yeah. Everybody's innocent in prison. Didn't you know that? Everybody's innocent. And then I was in jail with him in Denver. I don't know who you're in jail with. Jeff, maybe? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Justin. So, okay. All right. I've never been in Denver jail, so it couldn't have been with me. I've been in county jails, though, just not Denver. Um, okay, so let me see where I'm at. All right, I think I'm going to end this live stream till I learn how to use it better. I appreciate the people who are on it. Please subscribe, tell your friends. So I'm going to try to do this live stream every day if I can, guys. As soon as I figure out how to send out notifications to subscribers that when I'm going to do it, and I'll probably do, I tour, it's probably going to be in the afternoon or 1, 2 o'clock. I'll eventually get it down to doing it every day. And I want to throw in those little helpful videos I've been doing. And I just appreciate everybody. Let me see if there's any more questions. Richard, Hollywood. Richard, my family member is a famous prisoner in ADX. Okay. I could guess. I don't know if he's the Unabomber. I don't know. There's a lot of terrorists there. There's a lot of gangsters there. There's mob guys. You know, I worked at the ADX as a cook, but we never got to see the inmates there. They take us there. We get to go there for the day shift, and then we come back and we come back to the camp at night. So we didn't really get to see who's in there. Once in a while, we get a list of the inmates that were in there because they changed. They want a special menu. Some guy's going to take a Jewish diet, or he's going to take a low sodium diet, or he's going to be on the. We had the halal, the Muslim diets. Whenever they have Ramadan, I can't, that holiday. So that's like for a month out of the year. Then we get a list of those inmates because we got to make special trays for them. But we never get to see the inmates. We just cook their food for them. And I've been told it's really good food compared to everywhere else. They spare no expense on the food for these inmates because they have nothing but time to do write-ups, and they will every inmate in there will write up all the guards if anything's wrong with their food trays, if the quality of the food, if there's not enough food, if food spilled over to the, there's little slots in the tray and the food's just barely spilled over to the next one. Oh, they're going to write you up. So let me see here. Okay. Hey, here's one more thing I'll do here. Find an inmate. So if you are waiting to go to prison and you don't know where you're going to go, did you know you can look yourself up? So you go to find an inmate. So I'm going to type in mine. So I know my number. It's 18649-111. I hit search, and there I am, released on 12/23/2019. I actually got out of there 6 months earlier to the halfway house, but I was still counted as being in custody. But if you want to find yourself and you want to say you want to get that number that I just had, that 18649-111, you want to find out what your number is so you can, send money to yourself or have family send money. You do this. Oh, here's something. I'm going to punch in Jose, and I'm going to punch in Garcia. And let's see how many Jose Garcias are in there. Over 100. I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's a lot of Jose Garcias. A lot of them have been released. Here's one that's still here. Oh, and if you notice under their, you see here in the middle, they're all listed as white. Oh, there's a black one there. They don't list you as Hispanic. Under the Bureau of Prisons, there is no Hispanic. You're white, black, Asian, or you're Native American. They have no Hispanics. That way, I guess for their records, it makes it look like they have very few black people in there because all the Hispanics are white and all the whites are white. So, it makes them look good on paper. But if you type in your name, obviously you're not in prison because you're watching this video. If you type in your name, even if you're not there yet, your name will show up and it'll give you your number. See, everybody has their number here. You see the name Jose Garcia, and then it says 09275-359. So the last 3 digits count. That's where you're from. That's your area. So here's a guy that he's in Beaumont. I want to see somebody that's. I want to see trying to find somebody that's not in there yet. It'll show your area. Well, all these guys have been released or they're still in prison. But go to that. Oh, here's not in BOP custody. So here's one. Jose Trinidad Garcia. 133352-028. I don't know where 028 is, but let's just say it's Arizona. He is not in BOP custody. And his release date was 7/5/2024. I don't know why he's not in BOP custody 24. Well, anyways, your name, that's his release day, but he hasn't started yet. So let's say you got a 3-year sentence. This guy looks like he's got maybe a 40-month sentence. So his release day has already been figured out. He's going to get out on 7/5/2024, but he hasn't even turned himself in yet because he's not in BOP custody. So he could be in a jail, but he's probably out on bond. But so when you go to look yourself up, that's what's going to happen. It's going to show you, and it's going to show your release date. Now, they may not have figured out his good time yet. They usually don't do that until you get to prison, so he's probably going to have an earlier release date. Let me see if I have any more questions. Who's the family member, Richard? Dustin asked. And then Lockjaw, keep the vids up. Subscribers are going up weekly. I'll come back and let you know what my sentence is. Thanks. That's right. And you're going to come on the show. You said we'll do a live interview. We'll do an interview. It won't be live because I'll fuck it up. I don't know how to work any of these buttons. But yeah, he's going through it, guys. He's on pretrial. We talked on the phone, and when he knows more about his sentence, he wants to share with you guys what he's going through, and maybe we can help other people that are going through it. So I'm going to end this video. Thanks a lot, guys. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Watch for my videos, and I'll try to do a lot more of these live ones and answer questions. Thank you guys for everything. Let me get out of here now.